It was good, my brother.
Yes, sir.
Welcome to my humble abode, you heard?
Appreciate it, man. You got a nice little spot here.
Thank you, man. This is tour bus life,
Yes,
you know?
sir. Yeah, I
I'm
love
into it, though.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
sold
Yes,
out
sir.
tour. It's a good time.
It's beautiful, man.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
so excited for you. So proud of what you've accomplished and are accomplishing. I'm gonna introduce the show. And
All right,
yeah,
bet.
so I don't even need my phone for it, man.
Man, we got the podcast mics.
Yes,
Shit's getting
sir.
serious right
Yeah,
now.
3 mics.
Hold
man.
on.
You should have seen the setup when I started. This is we're coming up.
Oh,
So-
you got the SM7B?
Yeah,
I actually
sir.
use this to record a lot of my joints, man.
Oh, that's
I
fire.
recorded MUTT on this same mic.
Yeah, it's crazy to meet you finally, man.
Man, it's a real pleasure, brother. You know, I've been following your work for so long, and there's like so many different media outlets that claim to really like hold it down for R&B, but you're one of the real ones that like really takes notice for all of the artists who are coming up, you know, who probably don't get enough love.
I appreciate that, man. Thank
Yeah,
you so
man.
much. I
It's
love
dope
the
to
genre
see.
deeply. Just
I
as
can
a
see.
just as a fan and getting to talk to people like yourself
Yeah,
and
yeah.
really get into my questions that I've always had regularly about the lyrics that you guys sing.
Absolutely,
And the way you
yeah.
create your songs. Just learning that you made one of my favorite songs on the SM7B.
Yeah.
It's just like getting to be a kid in a candy store. Like I feel like
Yeah.
I got a golden ticket from Willy Wonka and
Right,
I'm
right.
just here.
Nah, I
But
appreciate that, man.
y'all, the gentleman that I have the pleasure of talking to today is already a legend for the songs that he's written for others, a legend for the shows that he's been in, but that legendary status is continuing to blossom with the release of his latest album, MUTT. Leon Thomas, how are you?
What's up, my brother? Thanks for having me.
Thank you for the pleasure, man.
Yeah, man.
So I know you need to get on there, get into sound check. So
Yeah.
we're gonna get through this. So we're gonna
Okay, bet.
hopefully I can get through all these questions I have.
Let's go.
Man, to begin, so man, you said that MUTT was recorded on this SM7B, so let's just start right there.
Yeah.
When you were in the studio with whoever you were with, did you know that MUTT was going to be a hit immediately?
You know, it's crazy. Like the word "hit" it still kind of blows my mind, but it's
It's
so
a hit.
cool to see people like sing the lyrics back at the shows, see it blossoming online. When I made MUTT, it was an opportunity for me to have a title track. I've done some records before this, and I never have a song that has the same title as the album.
Mhm.
And I wanted to kind of access that. I had an idea of what I wanted the hook to be.
Yeah.
And you know, when I went in with my boy Freaky Rob and D Phelps, you know, they had an amazing track pulled up and we just got right to work, you know. It was a real process. But the reason I was on a SM7B is because I like to engineer myself, and they would have
Okay.
had to stop the session, pull up another mic, bring it over and, you know, plug things in. I was like, nah, man, let's just do it on this. And it worked out. There's like a certain sound to it. So I ended up recording a lot of the records on the album on a mic like this. And
Yeah.
I think it gave it like a really cool, raw aesthetic.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of classic songs recorded on mics just like this. from
Yeah,
like-
Michael used a mic just like this.
Right, and you can feel my boy. We were listening to Yes It Is earlier, and he's like, this song feels like it comes from another time. Actually, no, it was another record on the project before Yes It Is, and I was like, yeah, like he's been tapped into a way to create music, going back to Breaking Point and of songs that just feel like they're from different times. So it's really dope to know that wasn't. Obviously, it came out of necessity, but also consciously thinking about that's what I want to do.
Absolutely, man. You know, I'm really a student of the game. You know, growing up working under Babyface, being my mentor, you know, I've been around some real legends and have really done the research it takes to make some of these vintage themes come to life and not feel like cosplay. You know, sometimes artists do like these like old school sounding joints.
Yeah.
And it feels like karaoke a little bit. So I'm really doing my best to have it still be authentic and still talk my shit a little bit, you know, have fun
You did
with
that,
it. Yeah.
man. You had a lot of fun on there. There's a lot. There's the songs where you're stunting. I couldn't tell you the amount of high class brands that you mentioned. I was going
Right,
through them
yeah.
all, man. I had them written down in my notes
Right.
here. But you also had those times where you stripped things away and you spoke about things without all the bravado.
Yeah.
I had a gift for you, actually, since you mentioned being around
Man.
legends. And let me put the mic down for a second.
Oh yeah.
I'm not sure if you have this.
Oh, yo,
And I'm sure
this
you-
is such an amazing album for me. You know, Ye is definitely a
Yeah.
big influence in my life, musically for sure.
Yeah.
And Yeah, that's like one of those albums where, you know, it was like an example of fearlessness of an artist. He was using auto tune in a way that hadn't been used before in hip hop, if you ask me.
Yeah.
It was really the beginning to what we're seeing now with a lot of mumble rappers. And,
Yeah.
And it's such an amazing project. Thank
Yeah.
you so much,
No
man.
problem, man.
And I'm definitely a collector of good vinyl, so thanks.
I'm happy to hear that. One of my favorite parts of the project, well, I love the project. I love the story of it. I love the story of a girl wanting the guy to sit down like a mutt.
Yeah, exactly.
I love listening to this. It feels almost like a screenplay when I'm listening to it.
Right,
but
yeah.
there's a song in particular, and the reason I got that got you this vinyl, Sooner or Later.
Yeah.
You interpolated NERD Sooner or Later and interpolated Say You Will with Kanye West.
Yeah.
And I just wanted you to, if you can you illustrate to us why you decided to choose those two songs to interpolate on this album?
I'm gonna keep it 100, bro. Like I really wasn't thinking. Like,
really?
You know, when I do a lot of this music, bro.
Wow.
I'm gonna be honest. I was like super high when I made that.
Oh,
and
bro.
I was just catching the vibe.
Bro, let me tell you.
But like, my boy Axel Foley, it actually came from Axel Foley's like one of my favorite producers to work with, and we did like pretty much all of Electric Dusk together and spent most of the creation of MUTT. He was like almost like a lightweight executive producer. I just had him in the room as just a second pair of ears to just be like, is this tight? Is that this? You know, I wanted to access more like live themes, and he doesn't play any instruments, so it was a little tough for him to be involved on some of the other records where we're doing like live band stuff, but to have his perspective was important, and I wanted to have him involved. He's actually singing on that song too.
Okay.
So I was playing off of like a lot of his lyrical content to build what we built there with the backgrounds and some of the decisions we made on the production end. But yeah, man, a lot of it was just feeling, bro.
Wow.
I didn't even realize.
Sorry. So I feel like one of those podcasts where they break down an artist's lyricism. They're like, "Word, that's what I said."
But, pretty much, bro.
But bro, I'm listening. So I'm a nerd. So I dive into Sooner Than Later by NERD.
Oh yeah, I'm a huge NERD fan.
Right, and they're talking about heartbreak and losing their person and how they should have spoke up sooner. They should have been for that person sooner.
Should have been there for that person sooner. I mean, the theme of that song was an interlude into some of the, I guess, more kind of player aspects of the album. You know, that's like
it was.
You know, so that was like a bridge,
and
that was a real voicemail in the beginning of it.
And then Say You
asked
Will
for consent to use it for the song,
100%,
obviously. But I just wanted it to feel really raw and kind of take a moment into the future a little bit. It's like probably one of the most artsy records on there that kind of sets a tone the second you hear it.
Yes, it is. Comes right after that.
Yeah.
I loved that song, man. I have to nerd out because you say you didn't even think about it. Just those two songs that you chose.
Yeah.
Without even thinking about it, that you and Axel chose, is so genius.
Man, thank you so much.
Say You Will, Kanye writing it to a woman, his ex, and just wanted to come over for just a slap.
Right, exactly.
And then that's the part of the album.
Essentially what Yes It Is. I mean, it's just like that moment where you're in a situationship with a girl and you know she may be seeing some other people, but all you really want to hear is that I'm the only person you're seeing. And everything's fine, and just paint rainbows for me, sweetheart. I don't need to know the dark history right now.
Man, so in other interviews, you've said that MUTT was inspired by a breakup.
Yeah.
I think there are so many lessons on this project that people in relationships, out of relationships, can learn. But I wanted to ask you, what did you learn through your breakup?
This is like the closest I felt to like, all right, maybe this is my person for life. And when it didn't work out, there was definitely that moment of me exploring being single again, and that just comes with so many different stories and things to kind of flow through. LA is a really toxic dating circle to like be in. So I think for me, it was just really documenting, me falling down and getting back up a bunch of times after the breakup and doing the internal journey to like figure out who I am as a human being and as a man and what I want to stand for. But I think the biggest part of of evolution is self-reflection, you know? So this is like the album of self-reflection, and I'm really hoping for another album that's a little bit more warm and cuddly, but I'm just right in my life right now.
Yeah, so if that warm and cuddly point comes into your life, then that's what we're gonna
That's
get.
when you're gonna get all of that vibe. Yeah.
I love that, man. Sooner or later, yes, it is far-fetched. I'm listening to all these songs and I just love I could see the flow of emotion there.
Yeah.
I could see the heartbreak. I could see the gift giving to get this person back. I could see you you literally said it on far-fetched.
Yeah.
I'm paraphrasing, but I've given you all these gifts. Why can't you just get over it?
Right.
I feel like, as men, a lot of times we buy these gifts for our apple of our eye, thinking that's gonna fix problems. And
nah, it doesn't. It doesn't. And I think it's also kind of, a lot of this is almost like an op-ed too. Like it's funny, we got the podcast mics right now, but I think watching podcasts and seeing how people speak about the modern day relationship, specifically the modern day black relationship, there's so many nuanced details of like affluence being the thing that either makes or breaks it, you know? And it's like an interesting thing seeing like all of this bravado online of people buying their significant others Rolls Royces and all this big stuff.
Yeah.
You know, it just kind of pollutes the dating circle for people who are still trying to come up and make it work. And I just kind of wanted to really document that as an artist. A lot of the stuff that I say sometimes isn't even like my own personal experience, but I think it's an important story to tell.
It definitely is important. And I know we don't got a lot of time because we need to let you get on stage and get ready for this show you're about to give us. But you're a music nerd, obviously. You love music. You love so many different genres, so many different artists. But if you could tell us what your top 5 R&B songs are right now, we would all appreciate that.
So like from this generation, like out right now.
Right now, what are you listening to? What's Leon listening to right now?
Okay. This guy Isaiah, I think his name is Huron.
Oh, Isaiah Huron.
Huron, yes.
Yes.
He has a song called Bones. It's really tight. I've been listening in circles too. I've been listening to his whole project.
Fire.
He's really dope. Elmine, I've been definitely rocking with a lot of his music.
Sweetness.
Yeah, Sweetness. We got that joint
love
together.
That record, man.
I mean, even before I was on it, I just really like what he was doing with it. Cleo Soul. Know that you are loved is like such a beautiful affirmation. What was that? 3. And number 4. To be honest, guys, I've been listening to a lot of rock. I've been listening to a lot of Bad Brains.
It's fine. It is fine. Yeah. I love the guitar, electric guitar on this. Yeah. What rock songs you're listening to right now?
Okay, cool. So, Bad Brains, there's a song called Band in DC that I really love. And it's like super cool because like, I don't know, it's like so much energy to it. It just sounds like, to a lot of people, it would just sound like noise, but I could hear the angst in it all, like the political aspect of it just really, really hit home for me. And then, it's funny, before a show, I always listen to Iron Man by Black Sabbath. That's been like really fun. I just like those big power chords. And, Ozzy, people don't give him enough credit, but that boy was singing back in the day. You know what I'm saying? He was really catching a vibe, and I just like the energy he was flowing with. Sorry, we drifted from R&B.
No,
but,
it's your
honest,
mic. It's your mic, bro.
My palette is like, because I made R&B for so long, I don't want to overdo it and fall out of love with it. And I think sometimes having a genre break for my ears and like kind of just dig into just other genres and subcultures, it's really cool. King Crimson, 21st Century is a really good one too. It's such an interesting record, like the soundscapes they were using and just like how the drums were done was really cool. Vitamin C has a really cool song as well that I'm fucking with. I'm kind of blanking on
That's okay. Leon,
Yeah.
bro, I would love for you to stay here and tell us what everything you're listening to, because I'm making a mental
bro.
playlist.
It's like these are like random records that I've just been like vibing to backstage and just zoning out.
But I gotta get you going because they're gonna start ringing my phone real soon.
No, it's all good, bro. You know, we gonna figure it out.
I appreciate that. If you could say one thing that you want the people to know about Leon Thomas before you go.
Yeah, I really put my heart and soul in this new album, and I really appreciate everybody who took the time to listen to it, and then even past that to share it with friends, you know, to post online, to comment, to be involved, to buy a ticket or buy merch. It genuinely really means a lot to me because there was a time in my history where I didn't necessarily feel like there was love out there for me as an artist. So I'm really thankful for the present moment and for the bright future. You know, it's gonna be a really cool journey, and I got a lot to give. So the more we interact, the more art I'm gonna be able to make.
We love Leon Thomas, the artist. I got one last thing to say.
What's up?
MUTT should have been the song should have been nominated for an Grammy this year, in my opinion. I tweeted about it. A lot of people agreed. That is okay. 2026 is your year.
It's all good,
I wanted to ask since by that point the album is going to have been over a year old. What are we doing in 2025 to make sure that nobody forgets?
Well, the deluxe is already sounding crazy, like insane now.
You heard that?
Insane. The deluxe is sounding crazy, and I feel like everybody in R&B is really like rallying around me in a really special way.
I gotta ask, can I get my vocals on the deluxe? Can I say like
for sure, bro?
Can I say like, y'all, this is Generec, you know what it is already?
Yeah, fuck it.
I can say that for real?
Yeah, I'm down, bro.
I'm on the deluxe and MUTT. Y'all heard it here first.
Yeah, man. Get the drop locked in. Get the drop locked in.
You're serious?
No, for sure.
Yo, that's crazy.
We'll make it work.
I don't even need a feature, bro. I don't even need I don't need money. I just want to be on it. I just want to be for the love, you know?
That's love. Let's make it work, man.
Hey. Yeah. All right, man. You get out of here, bro. I need to hear this show, man. All right, man.
Yeah. We about to get rocking with Soundcheck. Peace, y'all. Much love.
Peace.